Design Feed provides a way of adding messages and images to a drawing, which you can then share with colleagues, clients, and consultants online through Autodesk 360. The Design Feed posts are available in a drawing whether you access them on the desktop, on the web, or with a mobile device. As an alternative to storing drawing files in your Autodesk 360 account, you can store them locally on your computer's hard drive. In this case, the Design Feed data is still stored in Autodesk 360, but the association to the Design Feed data is maintained by a unique Design Feed ID, a link that is embedded in your drawing. Your colleagues, clients, and consultants can access your local drawing files and associated design feeds, provided that they meet the following conditions. They have an Autodesk 360 account. You invite them to access the drawing, assigning them a permission level, and they can access the drawing file on your local hard drive or server. Unlike saving drawings to your Autodesk 360 account, authorized access to the drawings is managed only by the permissions set by the server. To use Design Feed, on the Autodesk 360 ribbon, in the AutoCAD Online panel, click the Design Feed button to display the Design Feed palette. Since Design Feed works in conjunction with Autodesk 360, if you are not yet signed into your Autodesk 360 account, the palette displays a message and a link so that you can sign in. Click this link and log into your Autodesk 360 account. Once you have logged in, you can use the tools on the Design Feed palette to post comments, associate a post with a specific point or area within the drawing, include images in your post, and tag colleagues, clients, and consultants so that they will be notified about your post. Those notifications will be sent to them by email and will also appear within AutoCAD if it is running on their computers. To get the conversation started, you can either start typing a post or first invite people. But before you can do either, you will need to decide whether the people you invite will access the drawing online via Autodesk 360 or access the drawing on your local drive or server. Click the Invite People link. The program displays the Design Feed Save File dialog. The program tells you that you must save the file to enable Design Feed and post your comments for viewing. To save the drawing to Autodesk 360 so that people you invite access the drawing online, click Sync to A360. To store the drawing locally on your computer and have the people you invite access the drawing on your local drive or server, click Save. Click Sync to A360. The program displays a Save Drawing As dialog. Note that the drawing will be saved to Autodesk 360. Click Save to upload the drawing to Autodesk 360. Once the drawing has been uploaded, you see an Autodesk 360 dialog. Here you can see that the drawing is not currently being shared. In the connection field, you can enter the email address of the person with whom you want to share the drawing. If you have shared drawings with other people before, you can click the adjacent button and then choose from a list. Once you have added a name to the list, you can specify their level of access. Click the Access drop-down and set the access level. You can allow the person to view the document, view and download the document, view, download, and update the document, or grant them full access, which allows them to also share documents with others. Since you want this person to be able to make changes to the drawing, choose View, Download, and Update Document. You can also enter a message to the person. Once you have these settings ready, click Save and Invite. Autodesk 360 displays a message to let you know that an email invitation has been sent. Click OK to close the dialog. In the Design Feed palette, you can see that the drawing is an Autodesk 360 drawing and access to Design Feed posts is managed online through Autodesk 360. This procedure looks distinctly different if you save your drawing to your local computer. Click the Invite People link. The program displays the Design Feed Save File dialog. Click Save. The program displays a Design Feed Invite People dialog. This dialog is a bit different from the one you see when the drawing is saved to Autodesk 360. In the File Location field, you see the complete path to the file on your local computer. In the To field, enter the email addresses of the people you want to invite into the Design Feed conversation. A sample message already appears in the dialog. You can add to or modify this message. Then click Invite. The program then displays a Design Feed Autodesk 360 Access notification dialog, letting you know that anyone to whom you give this drawing file will have access to all its Design Feed comments, including those created in the future. To create a copy of the file that does not allow access to the Design Feed, use Save As or eTransmit. Click OK. In the Design Feed palette, you can see that the drawing is a local drawing and access to Design Feed posts is provided without restriction through an embedded link saved in the local drawing. The use of Design Feed is the same regardless of where the drawing is stored. Create your first post. Click in the Create a New Post field and type, "I think this desk needs to be moved back away from the door." Next, click Associate this post to an area in the drawing. The program prompts you to specify an area to associate with the post. Click to create a rectangle around the desk, chair, and door. Next, click Tag in this post. You can see a list of the people you have already invited to share the drawing. Select those you want to see this post. Alternatively, you can click Invite People and invite additional people to share the drawing. When you are ready, click Post. Add another post. Suppose you found an image of the type of desk you would like the designer to use. Click the Attach Images to this post tool. The program displays a Select File dialog. In the Files of Type dropdown, you can choose the file type you need from the list of the most common image types. Select the image of the desk and then click Open. In the Create a New Post field, type Use this style desk. Click Associate this post to a point in the drawing. The program prompts you to specify a point to associate with this post. Click near the desk. Next, click Tag in this post. Select those you want to see this post, and then click Post. You have just added 2 Design Feed posts to the drawing. Each post appears in the Design Feed palette. You can see the content of the post along with the date and time it was created. Below each post are controls that enable you to reply to a post, resolve a post, or delete the post. In the upper left corner of the Design Feed palette, click Design Feed Settings. Hide All hides Design Feed bubbles so that they are no longer visible in the drawing. Show Bubbles makes them visible again. Show Extended Bubbles displays the entire content of the bubbles. And Show Resolved lets you choose whether you see resolved posts or not. Switch back to Show Bubbles and then close the Design Feed Settings menu. When you select a Design Feed bubble in the drawing, it expands to show its entire content. Press Escape to close the content. Each time you post a design feed, your collaborator is notified via an email. At this point, assume that they are in their office. If you shared the drawing using Autodesk 360, the message indicates that they can reply using AutoCAD or AutoCAD 360. If the drawing is saved on your local computer, the email tells them that they can access the file at the location that was shown in the File Location field, and that after opening that file in AutoCAD, they can click the Design Feed button and log into their Autodesk 360 account to access the design feed. For drawings shared using Autodesk 360, they can click the link in the email message to open the drawing in AutoCAD 360 or in AutoCAD. In this case, they open the drawing in AutoCAD. Once open, your collaborators can see the design feed bubbles you added, and in the design feed palette, they can see the two posts. Since your collaborator agrees that the desk needs to be moved, he switches to the Home ribbon, selects the Move tool, moves the desk and chair 18 units to the left, and saves his changes. In the Design Feed palette, he clicks the Reply tool and types, "I moved the desk 18 units to the left," and then clicks Post. Back in your office, you immediately see his reply in your Design Feed palette. You do not yet see the change he made to the desk because you have your copy of the drawing open. But when you close the drawing and then open it from Autodesk 360, you can see that the desk and chair have been moved. In the Design Feed palette, click the Resolve tool to mark the first post as resolved. Of course, any resolved post can always be reopened again if necessary. In the meantime, your collaborator has had to leave the office before he could respond to your other post. But since he has his iPad with him and has a copy of the AutoCAD 360 app loaded on his iPad, he can open the drawing on his iPad. Again, he sees all of the design feed information. He can see the bubble, your original request, the relocated desk and chair, and his response. He can also see the image. Since he likes that furniture selection, he taps on the Reply button and types, "I like that choice," and taps the Post button. Back at your office, you immediately see his reply in your Design Feed palette. Click Reply and type, "OK, I'll get the desk specified," and then click Post. Back in the field, your collaborator can immediately see your replies in AutoCAD 360. He marks the second post as resolved. If either of you no longer want to see resolved posts, you can change the Design Feed settings to hide resolved posts. Design Feed works directly in AutoCAD and in AutoCAD 360, running in either a browser or as an app on a smartphone or tablet. It provides a robust way for members of an extended design team to collaborate and provides the ability to keep track of communications.